Why is starch gelatinization crucial for sourdough? Imagine biting into a slice of sourdough bread that feels soft, moist, and perfectly airy. That delightful texture isn't just luck, it's thanks to a process called gelatinization. When you mix flour with water and heat it during baking, the starch granules in the flour absorb water and swell. They lose their crystalline structure and turn into a thick, gel-like substance. This transformation is what we call gelatinization. In sourdough bread making, gelatinized starch plays several important roles. First, it helps the dough hold onto more water. This extra moisture keeps the bread soft and moist after baking, making it more enjoyable to eat. Bakers sometimes pre-cook a portion of the flour into a porridge or scald it with hot water. This introduces gelatinized starch into the dough, which improves its texture and helps it stay fresh longer. Second, the gel formed by gelatinized starch acts as a natural dough conditioner. It softens the dough by reducing gluten chain length and binding water. This makes the dough easier to handle, shape, and stretch without tearing. The result is a bread with a tender, open crumb that looks inviting and feels light. Third, during baking, gelatinized starch helps stabilize the dough's structure. It traps moisture and supports the gluten network, which is essential for trapping carbon dioxide produced by fermentation. This leads to a better rise and a more uniform, airy crumb. Without gelatinized starch, the dough might not hold its shape well or develop that desirable open texture. Fourth, gelatinized starch interacts with enzymes and bacteria during fermentation. This interaction helps convert starches into sugars, which adds flavor and sweetness to the bread. Plus, because gelatinized starch retains moisture longer, it slows down the process called starch retrogradation. This is when starch molecules recrystallize and expel water, causing bread to become stale faster. By delaying this process, gelatinized starch helps sourdough stay fresh and tasty for a longer period. Bakers often use techniques like scalding a part of the flour or adding cooked porridge to introduce gelatinized starch into their dough. These methods improve handling, hydration, and the final texture of the bread. So, in simple terms, gelatinization is what makes sourdough bread soft, moist, and long-lasting. It's a fundamental step that influences the bread's structure, flavor, and shelf life, all thanks to the way starch changes during baking.